hoping that bad boy doesn't blow down. It's about an 80-foot tall oak. So originally we were going to get a direct hit. Hurricane Henri. They downgraded it recently to a tropical storm, thank God. You can see the clouds. Here, this side you can see them better. Get a good view where the whole sky is going in the same direction. It's pretty neat. So we battened down the hatches best we could. The garden is standing tall. We removed the white PVC so it wouldn't catch the wind too much. We also flipped everything over, clamped everything down. The neighbor took the greenhouse plastic off, which was smart. Just keeping a close eye on that baby because that can reach the house. Starting to rain again. So far, I don't want to count my blessings just yet, but we dodged the bullet so far. So anyway, we're out here, or I'm out here, just kind of watching some of this. Just going to film a quick little video here. It's starting to pour right now. Probably not the best time to be out. So we made as many preparations as we could have possibly done. You can see our awning here. We actually strapped this down to the log piles. Both of these corners are strapped underneath the pallets around the log piles. We also, on this corner, we put a bucket of water. That's about 50 gallons of water. It's got a lot of weight to it. Hopefully that's enough. Sorry about that. We moved the car away from the basketball hoop, which is pretty heavy. I lowered it down just in case it does fall. All the rabbit and chicken waterers, we removed the tops just in case the wind blew them, blew them away. They can be like little weapons in the air. But we completely filled everything with water to give it a lot of weight. I moved the truck over there just because, in case I do have to go to work tomorrow. I'm an essential employee. So just in case any of these trees do fall, it should be clear of any debris or anything like that. And I'll be able to make a departure out of here. So let's see, this is Sunday. Apparently there's some flooding in New London right now. It's 11 a.m. at the moment. The wind is starting to pick up. It's probably in that 15 to 20 mile an hour gust range. Like I said, my biggest concern is that big oak tree right there. That thing is about 4.5 feet across. I mean, two grown men couldn't reach around that thing and touch their hands. That oak tree, or maple tree, looks pretty good. But you never know, in these windstorms, you get that steady wind, it just does not stop. It's relentless. Right now, this is nothing. But it could change on a dime, and it could increase. And just trying to explain to my boys just how ruthless that wind can be. I was never a big fan of the wind. It's caused a lot of problems over the years with us, but it goes to show you should live a prepared lifestyle where it doesn't take you long to prepare for things like this. You should be already ready for things like this for the most part. I mean, we had to tidy up the yard a little bit, and anything that can blow away or become a weapon in the wind, we definitely secured and put it away. We did pick a lot of the vegetables yesterday because just in case that we do lose the garden, at least we got something out of it. You can see I still got a lot of green tomatoes on there. I chose to leave them on. In worst case, if the garden lays over and I deem it necessary, we will pick the remainder of the tomatoes and we'll let them ripen on the table, and we'll still be able to salvage some of it. But so far, with a lot of praying, I think we dodged a bullet here so far. This could be a whole lot worse. I'm not saying that we're not going to have any more problems from this. We're still going to get torrential downpours. We're still going to get high winds and basement flooding, things like that. So with me being at work tomorrow, my boys are going to be working diligently in the basement to be pumping out any water that comes in. So just normal storm maintenance, or whatever word I'm looking for. But we've been through these quite a few times, not necessarily hurricanes. I only remember a couple hurricanes in my life that have come through here. Hurricane Gloria being one in 1985. That was pretty devastating in this area at the time. But right now I'm happy with what's going on. We'll see what happens as the day progresses. We'll try and do some more footage just as a witness so you guys can see what's going on. The micro farm is battened down at the moment. I left the agribon on the 3 raised beds, the elevated beds. That agribon's been on a couple seasons already, so it's pretty brittle. It's starting to tear pretty easily, but you can see that we clamped down the lids of the hoops. So if the wind gets strong enough, it should rip the agribon first. More than likely, I would think the hoops would be okay. If they break, they break. But those 3 raised beds are destined to be taken apart for next season. We're going to be on a slow dismantling of quite a bit of our garden and little farm here, only because we're starting to prepare for our next adventure, moving out of state. But I don't want to get too far ahead of myself here. We'll save that for other videos. For now, we're going to do our best to... There's a big gust. We're going to do our best to get through this storm. That's a pretty good one right there. Let's see if we can get the tops of these trees. I hope to God that these trees don't come down. At least that one. That would be devastating. Been doing a lot of praying. God has answered it so far. So I'm going to shut this down for a minute. I'm going to go read some scripture. We'll see y'all in a bit. Godspeed.
Has slowed down in forward speed. Looks like we're going to see an early afternoon or late morning landfall. 60-mile-an-hour winds moving to the north-northwest at 12 miles an hour. We have flood watches in effect for a good portion of the coastal New England areas and some of those inland counties. Now, we are expecting the winds to diminish as we get into Sunday evening, but it'll still be gusty going into Tuesday. By then, we're looking for the storm to be headed towards Nova Scotia and out of of the U.S. So as we head through our afternoon, we're looking for winds gusting around 50 miles an hour at Newport at times, up to 35 miles an hour out at Montauk. And then it looks like the storm is going to take that hard right as we go through the day on Monday. By Tuesday again, looks like we'll see clearing skies across much of New England.
We dodged
Could
the
see
bullet,
some locally
folks.
heavy rain, 7 to 10 inches, not out of the question in some areas. You could see New York City, Morriston out to Islip, 2 to 3 inches expected there.
Sometimes prayers get answered. So I'm not sure how well you can see it. This is through a window in my house. The garden is still standing. Winds are picking up. Green beans are blowing over. That's the lowest row there in the middle. But so far the tomatoes and the green peppers and the what's left of my cucumbers are not budging. They're doing pretty well. Also the big oak. Hopefully that thing stays up. Oh, I think I lost my focus. Well, it's about 5:30. Back outside. Very misty rain right now, but you can see the wind all but died. So far this, I don't want to jinx it, but this hurricane was kind of a bust. I'm not going to say I didn't do a fair amount of praying. Thank God it ended up being what it is. We're not quite done yet. It's supposed to be some more wind and rain, but not too bad. But nothing moved. Nothing blew around. Garden handled it very well. Some of the plants got blown over pretty good, but not any damage to where anything is gonna die. Looks like some of the weeds blew over, but my boys are gonna do that tomorrow. Pretty good. Cucumbers are shot. That's the vine borer. Could have been a lot worse. So the bunnies and the chickens, they handled it just fine. Here comes one sneaking his head out. Hey guys. They're doing just fine. Howdy. So we're pretty happy with what's going on with this storm. This could have been disastrous. Thank God this storm calmed down. Whew. We definitely dodged one. Looking forward to getting back to normal. Hurricane Henri was a bust. Thank God. Joe be out.